Welcome to the Towerrunning channel. My name is Stanley. I have been a competitive stair climber since 2011. And one thing I found out about this sport is you just couldn't go down to the bookstore or go to Amazon and find a lot of books on climbing stairs. In fact, there's no books. There's only actually one book for motivational part of stair climbing, which is called CJ and Climb, and you can find that on Amazon. But where you can go find a gazillion books on how to run, you can't find any books on tower running. So what I've done over the last several years is researched what other people have done, see what makes other people successful in this sport, and I'm putting it together in the Towerrunning channel to give you the information you need so that you can get involved with the sport and have the information you need so you can have a successful, fun, it's going to be hard, but it's going to be fun, climbing event. Now, a few years ago, a friend of mine is a tower runner. He coined the phrase that tower running, the hardest sport you've never heard of, which is true. Now, the problem in our society is hard is kind of a bad word nowadays. You know, we're marketed through TV to, everything's supposed to be easy, don't work too hard. You see your friends and they're leaving, it's like, hey, take it easy. And we think of hard as being a bad thing. But hard work is what made this country great. Hard work is what makes companies like Apple or Tesla or some of the other great corporations out there successful at what they do. Or a small business that really thrives, they work hard. A person that gets good grades in school, they work hard. A person that wants to become an athlete and get in very good health, they work hard. So we have to kind of look at hard as being actually a good thing. So let's just say you go to a building and you know that they have a stair climbing event there, but you just happen to be there for business or some reason, and you step into the elevator, push the button, and you're just standing there and looking around and ears popped. Hey, taking the elevator's easy, isn't it? Nothing to it. But you don't even think anything about it. It's taking the elevator. Of course. There is that one danger in the elevator that is just lurking. And I know it scares me, so I'm sure you are too. It's when you get to the floor you're at that there's elevator zombies. Now the good thing about zombies is they can't climb stairs. So see, you're always safe in a stairwell. It's because there's no zombies in a stairwell. Have you ever seen a zombie in a stairwell? Just saying. So when we come back, we're going to tell you why tower running is the coolest sport that you could get involved with. And compared to other extreme sports, which there's some great sports out there, it's got a leg up that none of the other sports can compare to. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We would never send an astronaut to, say, the International Space Station without making sure that he or she is in good physical and mental condition. We would never send our young men and women in our armed forces into harm's way without making sure they are in great physical and mental conditioning, have the proper training. We want our police and fire departments, we want those folks to be in good physical shape so that if there's a life or death situation, that they can handle it with a clear head and they're physically able to do it. So why is it, as a society, as a culture, we don't take care of ourselves? I mean, your mission is your life, and it may be your family. And we have a huge problem in this country. 68% of all adults in the United States are overweight. 35% are obese. Now, if you're under 30 years old, guess what? this didn't happen before you were born. When I was growing up in the 60s or 70s, we didn't have this problem. And it's a complex problem that is an interesting subject. I would say research it yourself. There's a lot of things and the causes for it. It's not just a person's fault. The food supply, you look at it this way. You've got scientists working for companies to make sure that you just can't eat just one. But here's the deal. We start out life like this. Sorry, wrong picture. We start out life like this. And we go through life, and in the end is this. But we have all these challenges in between that time period. And a challenge or a crisis, I like to look at it, I call them storms. Because if I put something that I'm going through as a storm, I know at some point it's going to end. So I know that at some point I can have some hope that things will get better. But here's the deal. If you don't have good physical health and well-being, when you go through these storms in life, it's like you're in a little boat and the storm may take you down. But when we have our health and well-being, and what's amazing is when you start exercising, doing the physical part, it's like a washing machine for your head. When you start doing aerobic exercises and anaerobic, it clears your mind. It scrubs your mind. You think clearer. So that when you go through one of these storms that we know are going to happen, now they're still going to be hard, but now you're like an aircraft carrier, and it doesn't matter if it's a Category 5 hurricane, you're going to get through it. So we have to take care of ourselves. Here's the thing about stair climbing, we call it competitive stair climbing or tower running, is if you've climbed these, you're a stair climber. Guess what? You can do it. And then you can start training maybe outside stairs. There's all different ways to train for tower running. I don't go into a tower to train at all anymore, but I've done it for a while. But if you can do that, then you can do one of these. So the purpose of the Tower Running channel is to provide you with all the information that you need to have a successful race, to train properly, to get you connected with other climbers. That is our goal. Our goal is for you to have great health. And you can do things like a Spartan race. That's another type of extreme sport. A marathon or a half marathon, those are extreme. But here's the thing about tower running that no other extreme sport has. See, in my life, I'll never climb Mount Everest. When I was a kid, I probably dreamed about doing crazy things like that. It's not going to happen in my life. But I can do an extreme sport like a tower running race, and it gives me that confidence, that feeling that you just know you can take on the world. So what does tower running have that others don't? Well, when you get to the top of a race, and it doesn't matter how tall the building is, and you look out the windows and you look down at what you just climbed, it's the coolest feeling ever, because unlike the elevator that you just push the button for, you climbed it. It puts everything in a whole different perspective. And I always tell new climbers, when you get outside after a race, that you go stand on the sidewalk and don't get in the street. You might get run over, and that would just ruin the whole health benefit of stair climbing. But you get on the sidewalk and you kind of point your arm up. You get this angle where it looks like the building's just kind of going into the space forever. And give yourself a fist pump, like going, yeah, man, I did that. Yeah. Give yourself a pat on the back. Don't worry about your time. Even if you don't finish, don't even think that's a failure. You got up and gave it your best try. You'll get it on the next time. And here's where it all comes to where it stays with you. Next time you're driving in town, you will never see that building you climbed the same way again. Where everybody else driving in sees this glass, steel, and concrete structure, that's your trophy. That's your Mount Everest. Every time you see that, it's like, yeah, man, I beat you. I'm coming for you again next year. Now, hey, you building over there? You're next on my list. Every time you see that, forever, you know you've climbed that. And it'll give you the incentive to just keep doing it and to get in better shape. You only have to do 1 or 2 races a year, and your city may only have that. And you know what? You're a tower runner, and you're an athlete. No other race can do that. You just don't see that. When you leave a marathon, the course kind of disappears, and you kind of remember spots here and there, but it's not the same. So check out the sport. Sign up for a race. If you haven't been working out, go talk to your doctor. Tell them what you want to do. Use this channel to help you to get the knowledge you need to train. And look, you can train all different ways. You know, you can and you can start doing it at work. You know, instead of taking the escalator, take the stairs. Go for a walk at lunch. Go to the gym before work. Go to the gym after work. You just get a good aerobic conditioning, and you'll build up to anaerobic and maybe some strength training down the road. But get started. Just get started. And the great thing is, next time you see that building, you'll know that you made it to the top. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Make sure you hit the subscribe. If you liked it, hit the like. If you have any questions or comments in the YouTube section, feel free to ask. And we look forward to seeing you at the top.